and welcome to another segment of On Purpose Podcast. I am so excited that you're here. I am Thawana, your host, in case you haven't met me, and this is On Purpose. So, remember to like and to share and to subscribe, and make sure you share it with those that you love, because if they're working on trying to find their purpose or what they've been purposed to do, this is the podcast for them. Again, this is On Purpose. I am Thawana. And with me, I have someone really special, guys. When I say really special, this is like twin sister special, okay? My guest tonight, get ready for your virtual applause, okay? Get ready. My guest tonight is Yolanda Presley. Can you guys stand it? Virtual applause. Woo! Look, she's being so humble. Oh my gosh, Yolanda. Yolanda.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to just be cool.
No. Just be you. Oh my gosh, I'm resituating myself in my seat. I'm so excited. Guys, Yolanda, AKA the real estate lady. Okay, so I won't steal her thunder about her introducing herself. So introduce yourself. Tell the people about Yolanda Presley, family, whatever you want them to know.
Wow. First of all, I have to say thank you for having me on Purpose.
Of course.
I am so excited. And I am so very proud of you.
Aww,
so
thank
very proud
you.
of you. This is absolutely amazing, and I'm honored to be here.
Aww.
Honored to be here.
Wow.
Well, a little bit about me. I am Yolanda Presley, a.k.a. the real estate lady, born and raised right here in Leesburg. I had all of these plans and dreams that after college I wasn't coming back here.
Did you now?
Yeah. But y'all see I'm here anyway, right? God has other plans.
Yes.
I've always been, since graduating from college, always been a community person, working in the community, trying to
so true.
Trying to do things to help empower other people.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I needed empowering myself,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, especially if that's your heart, you do things that when you're in need, you're still trying to help others in those same areas.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's just what I've done. It's full circle for me with where I am now in real estate, because I was the housing manager for the city of Leesburg for about 10 years. And then I managed the same housing program for the county.
Mm-hmm.
And in between time, I've taught as well. I love teaching.
Yes.
So that is a passion of mine as well. And then just sort of full circle, I'm in housing still, but just doing what I wanted to end up doing, and that's being a realtor.
I love it. So will you ever go back to teaching?
I've actually been thinking about it.
Have you really?
Actually been thinking about it. I can't say that I will.
Okay.
But I can't say that I won't.
Okay.
I think if it was the perfect opportunity for me. Right. Because so many things have changed.
Mm-hmm. It's not the same.
That's a little bothersome for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be the perfect opportunity, for me to go back. But I have been thinking about it.
Okay, so I'm going to poke a little bit. Would that opportunity be like college? Would it be kindergarten? Would it be high school? What would that look like?
I think for me at this point in my life, it'll probably be like maybe fourth or fifth grade.
Really?
I don't think. I think the impact that I have or can have with the older kids is good. Mm-hmm. But then you have, because the way things have shifted and changed, and there's just so much other variables to deal with when you're dealing with the older kids. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. When your heart is pure and you want, you really want to help them, but you still have to fight where they come from.
Oh yeah.
So as much as you pour and pour and pour, they're going to spend more time in their own environment, back home, back, whatever their environment consists of. And those things many times, of course, weigh a lot more.
Influence is greater
than
the time you spend with them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so tell us about family dynamics. I'm sure you guys recognize the last name, but I'll let her talk about him and the kids.
Well, I am married to none other the coach.
Yes.
The elder.
Yes.
The principal.
Yep.
The daddy. The husband. The brother.
Yep.
All of those things. James Presley.
Wow.
And it's an honor to be his wife. God bless me real good.
Oh,
He blessed me real good.
I love it.
We have our 2 wonderful children.
Aren't they wonderful?
Aren't they just wonderful?
Oh my gosh. I was their preschool teacher.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We were just looking at some of those pictures. Yep. Shekinah is actually graduating in May.
Yes, from
FAMU.
Yeah, go Rattlers.
I'm not holding that against her because I am a Wildcat.
Yes.
I just need you to understand that. Make sure we're clear. I am a Wildcat. But I'm not holding that against her. Shekinah, you do you, baby. You do you. And then my son Malachi.
Yes.
My son Malachi. He played football, in school, and he played for Florida Memorial for a couple of years. Decided to come back this way, and he was at SEU, but he didn't play. He just decided he was just going to go to school, and then he decided, okay, I just want to come home and figure out what I want to do.
Perfect.
And that does my heart well.
Yes.
Because it's like, when they get to the point where they understand this isn't about your parents, this is your life.
Gotta be.
So I need you to do what you sense and feel is best for you. And you got our support.
Because that's what they're going to do best when
when it's them. When it's what they want to do. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
So I'm excited about what God is doing, in his life, and we look forward to the path that he's going to forge for himself, and we're excited about it.
Yay. Because we always cheer them on. And sometimes these poor kids, man, they seek to make us proud in the ways that sometimes as parents we probably kind of said with the path we want them to take, and then when we get a little silent and they realize it's really not what I want to do, as a parent we have to learn to pivot and adjust, because if children are doing what we want them to do, we're going to keep having to coach them, not cheer them. We're going to keep coaching them.
Absolutely.
Because we coach in places where people don't know what to do, where there is someone that is an amazing basketball player and understands the work and how to get where they need to go. They have a coach, but they don't really need a coach.
Right.
But when we don't know which way to go and what to do in life, it's called coaching. And so I love when they find their own way.
Absolutely.
I love it.
I mean, I believe we're on the same team. And I'm like, hey, I'll play power forward. But baby, you got to be the point guard.
You got to be. Oh my God, y'all.
I will be the power forward, because if something comes that you can't handle between me and God, we go help you out a little bit.
Y'all get
but
some of this.
I need you to be the point guard.
Get some of this, y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, I told y'all, I only share good stuff with y'all. I told y'all. Oh my gosh. So, Yolanda and my twin sister and I, we have been, Yolanda, how long have we been? Oh my gosh. I don't think it's not even friends. It's more like sisters. It's like,
Absolutely.
like a true covenant relationship.
Absolutely.
I don't even know when I met you for the first time. Like I can't even
remember.
I know it was church.
It was church. Yeah.
But like it's been having kids together. Now, you and Shawana had y'all kids together. I must have missed that meeting.
Yeah.
They had their kids together, literally together.
Really, yeah.
And I had not, at the time, had Gary, but it was funny because it worked out where, like, wherever y'all had to go, me and my husband, then Gary Sr., hung back, and we turned the house into a full-out daycare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that was such an amazing time because we didn't have to worry about what our kids were getting, what they were receiving, or how they were being treated, or any of that.
Yeah.
Any of that.
Yeah, they was hanging out.
Yeah.
No rules, hanging out.
It was good.
Yeah. Okay, so Yolanda, we are going to chat it up about, girl, we've already burned up some of our time.
Okay.
Lord. We're going to talk about the topic, why are you seeking permission? Okay. And guys, I always pray about these conversations and who. And I knew that the boldness that you walk in now, you haven't always.
Exactly.
You have not always. But when you transition to this place of, I got to go, I can't wait. If God says that it's time to move, it's time to move. And Yolanda can move with no applause. Yolanda can move with no permission. And it doesn't mean that she may not want those things or need those things, but you are built in such a way. That's why I thought this was so fitting for you. When we know that we have been purposed to do something, called to do something, whether that is ministry, whether it is career, doesn't matter what it is, why do you think people feel the need to seek permission from whomever? Why?
I think a lot of it has to do with how we were raised. And just to give a little context to what I'm about to say, growing up, my mom raised us. My mom raised 6 of us by herself.
Okay.
For the most part, I think my older siblings had more of interaction and relationship with my dad than I did. There's like 10 years between me and my closest sibling, which that was LaDonna, who passed away of breast cancer. 10 years between us. So it's safe to say that was a uh-oh. Oh.
You got one. I just do? You were.
Yeah. It's safe to say that. So,
okay.
So I think with that being said, Mom worked so much, you know, and for lack of a better word, I'll say sometimes, you know, either growing up, you know, you feel like you were sort of fending for yourself for the most part.
Yeah.
We were different from the kids now. Like, Mama going to work, you know, we get home from school, we go find us something to eat, we go do A, B, and C. We don't have to, you know, we don't need no directives from anybody. We just sort of doing what we do. And with that being said, you doing what you do, you sort of in control of your life at a young age. Not that you know it all, but you just feel like you in control because, you know, Mama's working, you know, my sisters and brothers older, they're doing their thing.
And parents set expectations back then.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So even, you know, going through high school and then, you know, college and all of those things, I just sort of felt like I've been raising myself for a long time.
Stop
Nobody
it.
will be telling me what to do.
Oh my God.
You know? I just sort of felt that, you know, you just sort of, not that, I'm not saying that it was necessarily the right thought process, but that's how I felt. And so even when I got saved and joined the church and all of those things, it took a process for me to get to the point where I understood what being submitted was.
Got it.
You know, whether it was being submitted to ministry or being submitted to whatever God wants you to do, all of those different things.
Mm-hmm.
So once you experience that that point in your life where you're sort of in control, or you think you're in control, and then you go through these stages where you're like, I don't want to be in control. I don't want to be in control no more.
Wow.
I'm tired of being in control.
Wow.
I'm tired of having to figure it out. I want somebody to figure it out for me. I'm tired of having to make the decisions or being responsible. So you're looking for somebody to do that. So getting to that where we feel like we need somebody, or we need the approval of people. A lot of times it's because we feel like we can't do that on our own.
Wow.
And if I step out and do this on my own, where's my support? Am I by myself? Who's gonna cheer me on? Who's gonna support me? Who even think that what I'm saying God called me to do, or what I want to do, is even a good thing to do? Like, you're looking for validation for somebody to say, it's okay, baby.
Yeah.
It's okay, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that gives you I guess the energy and the momentum to just like move forward, because you feel like you got somebody pushing you in your back, and I really think that that's where it comes from. But at some point I had to realize that I'm caring about, or giving people, or asking people, or wanting people to give me permission to live when they don't care if I die.
Ooh.
I had to realize that. It took God taking me through some things to realize that you want permission from people who don't care if you die.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not necessarily talking about a physical death.
Oh, yeah.
It's that
I'm there.
spiritual and emotional death where where you're going through certain things, emotionally, or you're going through certain things physically, or you're going through certain things mentally, or whatever the case may be, and you feel like you're there by yourself. You're going through it by yourself. So it's like the same people that want you to get their permission to live the life that God has called you to live, they're not there to try to save you or try to help you when you're dying from the trying to live the life that God has called you to live. So and it has nothing, I don't know if it has a whole lot to do with the person in general, but the Holy Spirit spoke to me one day, and I'm just, this is when all hell had broken loose, and I in my life. I think at that time I had gotten laid off from the city.
Gotcha.
And it was just one of those times when I say it was rough. It was rough.
Wow.
We lost basically everything, and we were trying to claw our way back. Claw our way back. And I remember driving to work, and I'm on 441. I think I was driving back in from somewhere. I can't even say it was work, because I'm trying to figure out now, where was I working, or it was a training. I think it was a training, because I was working at Enterprise, so it was a training maybe for Enterprise. So I'm driving back, and I'm crying, and I'm like, asking God, as much as I try to do for other people, why isn't there anybody here for me? See, and I'm tearing up already.
It's okay.
And I'm just, just crying out and asking him, trying to get some answers to these questions. And he said to me, it's not that they can't do it. They don't have the capacity to do it. So God, what does that mean? Capacity. Like, I know they got money. That's capacity to me. All I need is a couple of dollars.
I know, but he's talking about a different type of capacity.
A different one, though. He said they don't have the heart to do it.
Yeah.
And that broke me. That broke me. But it helped me at the same time.
Wow.
Because from that point on, it was on. For real.
Yeah, because you know what? We expect from people what they do not have the capacity to give us.
Absolutely.
And it's a rude awakening.
Yes.
Because we see natural means
Yes.
that they may have, and that's not a fix. That's not a quick it is a quick fix, but it's not a forever fix.
Yeah.
And so it's tough when you say, but I know she see me over here struggling. I know she didn't heard,
Absolutely.
but like, why isn't she saying anything? Honey, you'd probably be worse off if she said something, because not having the capacity means they don't even know how to console you.
Right.
They don't even know the words to tell you to pray.
Right.
They don't know the words to pray for you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And that's a sobering place to be in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It really is. So once you've sort of gotten past that, you just start thinking to yourself, there's one thing that I'm not gonna do at the end of my life is have regrets. I'm just not gonna do that. If I move out in something, or if I do something and it doesn't quite work or whatever, okay, I did it. I tried it.
She's that person, y'all. She's that person. I'm not even kidding. Like, I absolutely love that about you.
Yeah.
And she's that we have this little friend group, y'all. It's about it's about 5 of us.
5.
I mean, we solid.
Yeah.
And we kind of tease about, like, we don't have any openings. We're not accepting no
applications.
We're not accepting no newcomers, because we have the kind of bond where we can say stuff to each other, and we can give each other wedgies, and we can, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I know I told you about that moment where I was feeling like it was time to transition career-wise, and I didn't even tell you that. And all of a sudden one day you sent me a message at work, and I've talked about this on another segment, and you were just like, hey sissy, how's it going? And I responded, and then you just text back and said, God said you fished that pond. And you probably don't even remember. You probably don't remember. And when I saw that, like, I literally dropped the phone on my desk. Because you were so on it. Like, it was just a confirmation to what I was feeling. But I was afraid to tell y'all that I finally landed the job that I loved, broke some ceilings, some racial barriers to get there, the whole 9 yards. And like, okay, like, this is not feeling like it's the end. And so when you said that to me, like, it was, I don't even know if I responded back to you on what I said, but it was not only you saying that to me, but in this conversation, I realized that you not only said it, but you also had the capacity to help me to navigate that whole transition. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about, I think when I finally said something, there was no, well, what you gonna do?
Right.
There was no. So when we talk about capacity, that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
When someone can't help you to move from point A to point B, and not just in, oh, girl, I know you can do it. That's not having the capacity.
Absolutely.
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. It's putting some work behind it, some type of way. If I gotta make a phone call,
yes.
If I gotta, if hey, you doing this? Well, I got this part here.
Yes.
I'll call this. I'll do this. I'll put this up. Whatever the case may be. Because that's helping to push people.
It is.
You said a minute ago, you were like, your dream job, you shattered ceilings, all of those things. All of those things, all of the things. How wonderful was that?
Yeah.
But when we get a sense and an understanding that when God opens a door, the door doesn't necessarily have to be a permanent door.
Girl.
We forget that there's a such thing as temporary.
It is.
Because temporary prepares you for permanent. So you're not in the position to decide what's permanent and what's not. It's God that's gonna decide what's permanent and what's not. All He's asking you for is to be obedient.
Yeah. Just the yes.
That's all.
Just to trust Him.
That's it.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where you're just like, okay, so like, what do I do now? Well, it's time to pray. Yeah. And if you have covenant friends, it's time to lean into them, because I always say, when God first gave me On Purpose, what I do know is that if you don't really understand and know what you've been purposed to do, those closest to you probably have a strong sense.
Right.
Because it's the thing that you do without thinking about it. It's the thing when somebody calls you, you're like, oh, I got that. Don't worry about that. Like, give this to somebody else, but I got that.
Exactly.
And so when people are in real relationship with you, like, they're not afraid to see you grow.
Exactly.
They're not afraid to see you go from a butterfly straight out of a cocoon to flying one day.
Absolutely.
If you are the smartest one and the one making all the moves in your group,
right,
what's the saying? You need a new group.
Absolutely.
You need a new group.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, time is escaping us. It's okay. Time, y'all, it's going to be a part 2. I'm sorry. Because it's so much more I want to talk about. But I think that is so powerful. I love the word capacity, because, and I hope what people get from hearing that word, change your thought process from capacity like size and holding something. That's not the capacity that we're talking about. We're talking about people having the ability to hold you up emotionally, physically.
Yes.
They may even have to hold you up a little bit financially.
Absolutely.
For a time. They may need to say, you know what, girl, I'm going to spend some time looking on LinkedIn for you something else, because this is the friend, the sister right here. Like, if you tell her something going left, she going to be like, okay, so we finna go right.
Absolutely.
She that friend. She's the one that told Shawana. I'm going to tell Shawana's story, but she's told it one time when Shawana was just in a place where she was, needing and wanting to go to this, a ladies conference or something. And bless God and call the devil ugly, the conference got canceled. So Shawana, I'll never forget, Shawana got in our feed, and Shawana was just like, she talked about it and how sad she was about it. And the one that told her, you know what? Well, why don't you do it? And Shawana didn't know diddly about anything.
I'm like, be to you
what you
need.
Yeah, because when we put our trust in all of our hopes and dreams into people and a thing, honey, that's where the disappointment comes. Because you have given them the ability to flip the switch on and off as they see fit.
Absolutely.
And that's not a place you want to be.
Not a place.
That's not a place you want to be. No. Okay, so listen. All right, we are in. Our time is gone.
Our time is gone.
It's gone, but it's okay. Yolanda's going to come back. If you guys want Yolanda to come back, give a thumbs up. Leave a comment. But if you don't, she's still coming back. Okay? So, Yolanda, I am so honored that you took the time to hang out and just share a little bit about your journey and your testimony. And so, I'm excited to say that there will be a part 2. And I know the answer is already yes, and it's fine. So, again, this is On Purpose. I am Thawana. Thank you for joining us. Remember to like and to share, and we'll see you for part 2. And remember, whatever you do, do it on purpose.